Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello, it's me, Geeky Sparkles.
And we're going to talk about the High Republic.
Yay!
Disney is doubling down on the High Republic, guys. It is not going anywhere.
No.
We kept thinking that maybe this thing would land with a thud.
Oh, it did?
It did, but they're still going to push forward with plans for it. In fact, they just announced Phase 2 on the first anniversary of the High Republic that nobody cared about, and nobody really cares about on YouTube either. This has been out there for a couple hours. It's only got like 5,000 views. This is their big High Republic anniversary special on Star Wars, which has over 3 million subs.
Right.
On
this
YouTube.
is their big 1 year anniversary. Yeah, here's the thing. The books and the comic books and stuff aren't going the way they thought. So their transmedia push, they're going to turn around and, oh yes, like the cookbook, they're going to turn around and they're going to force it down your throat in other ways because they're going to make sure that it sticks, whether you want it to or not.
Yeah, I mean, we've already talked about Eclipse, which is the AAA Star Wars title that, well, guess what? Takes place during the High Republic.
It's going to take years to come out.
Like 5 years. We're talking like 5 years.
Right.
Disney Plus, The Acolyte, we know this is going to be a High Republic-based show.
Yep.
It's still coming out. That's Leslie Headland's show. As far as I know, it's still coming. And the Halcyon, the Galactic Star Cruiser. The disaster that is the Galactic Star Cruiser also has ties to the High Republic.
And they just will not stop. It's not working. I mean, they could course correct the High Republic and make it better, but they don't.
Yeah, so we're gonna talk about all of this on the first anniversary of the High Republic. Disney is going to make you like it.
Yeah, even if they lose money, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. What they'll do is they'll just backpedal a little bit, give you something you like the Bad Batch or the Mandalorian or something.
That's not them backpedaling. That's them deflecting. The
Deflecting.
backpedaling means they make some changes. If they change some things about the High Republic, it might appeal to people. Is that why they're going and doing a prequel? Are they trying to backpedal that to try to do better?
Yeah, we're going to talk about that because the second phase of the High Republic is a prequel to the Star Wars prequel.
Right.
So the High Republic was technically a prequel to the Star Wars prequel trilogy because it takes place 400 years before, and then this new phase is going to be 150 years before that.
And a lot of the movies are focused on prequel, the prequel.
Yeah, so let's talk about all of this before we get into it any further. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. Over 250,000 subs.
Woo!
Thank you for the support. Greatly appreciated. We're finally there, 250,000. And somehow we managed to get more views on average than most of the stuff being dumped on the Star Wars' YouTube.
Well, that's not that big of a deal. A lot of YouTube videos get more hits than what's being dumped on Star Wars.
Yeah, which is really sad because it used to be anytime Star Wars official account put something up, it got tons and tons and tons of views. And same with Marvel. And then you can kind of see the decline as they started putting more of this lifestyle brand crap on their YouTube channel. It just sort of dropped off.
Basically, the things that get hits are like the trailers.
Yeah,
that's about it. Otherwise, people don't
tune
care
in for that. But just to show you how much interest there is in the High Republic, we went out to Google Trends, and we we put it up against The Mandalorian and Boba Fett. So The Mandalorian is the blue line here, and you can see last year, obviously, when season 2 happened, we had more interest and it kind of tapered off.
And then I mean too, they've been promoting the toys and that's the one bright spot they've had. So they've been milking it like crazy. Boba Fett, of course, didn't do that great until recently because it wasn't out yet. So of course, you can't really compare the two in regards to that because it wasn't even out. And now Boba Fett's out, and it's like kicking Mandalorian's ass. Yeah. But the whole way through,
less than one,
and this was going on the entire time. It's been a year, guys. It's been a year. No one gives a shit about the High Republic. No. It's the low Republic. It's like the flatline Republic.
It is probably one of the least searched Star Wars terms out there. Not good. This is not a good sign. So what they do basically is they throw us a bone with the Mandalorian or Boba Fett or classic characters, the Bad Batch, and then they turn around, they bankroll, take the money from that, and they bankroll freaking High Republic.
But it's not doing well. And and they're just going to double, triple down on it because I think they think, well, if we make a game of it, people will care then. If we do a show involving it, people will care then. If we put it to the Star Wars Hotel, people will care then.
I think it's hilarious, though. The stuff they're attaching the High Republic to, it's all turning into this giant clusterfuck. You know, Eclipse, the developer, Twitter doesn't like the developer, and they pandered to the Twitter crowd, the Tumblr crowd with the High Republic, and they hate Quantic Dream, the developer, so they're threatening to boycott the game over them. So that blew up, and then of course, you know, we're attaching it to the Galactic Star Cruiser, which is looking to be one of Disney's biggest fumbles ever with this franchise. People are canceling at a shocking rate the $6,000 LARPing experience, and it's tied to the High Republic.
Right, because they keep pandering to this one audience, and it's working with the select few that actually care, but the majority of fans don't fall into these categories. They're not going to read the books. They're not going to read the comics. They're going to want to watch movies, shows, or play the video games. And so now I think they're starting to learn that. So now they're going to try to shove it down people's throats there. But I don't think they're going to get away with Vessel and, you know, Geode with the mainstream audience.
Now, Umbrella Academy is actually ripping off of the High Republic. They have a character that's just a cube of granite, I guess, in the third season.
Are you serious?
I'm serious.
So they think it's a good idea and they keep using it? Like,
it's Netflix, of course they do.
I mean, there's always a joke that someone has a personality like a block of wood, but they weren't meaning to make a character that's literally a block of wood.
No, they're talking about Elliot Page.
Oh yeah, well.
Anyway, let's go back to this. Gizmodo. They're celebrating, of course they are, because this is what used to be IO9. Now it's Gizmodo, and it'll probably soon get sold to somebody else. The High Republic Phase 2 releases this October, and they had a big celebration that after a few hours only had 5,000 views on YouTube. And we'll read some of those comments here later, but it's a big day for Star Wars fans.
No, it's a big day for like the tiny group of fans that actually care about the High Republic.
A new episode of the Book of Boba Fett. People are calling it the Book of Boba Fett, but I digress. The Book of Boba Fett drops later this evening. There's even more book news from a galaxy far, far away. The final chapter of Phase 1 of Star Wars, The High Republic, kicks off today in the form of Claudia Gray's The Fallen Star, and now we know much more about Phase 2. It's going to take place 150 years in the past as an homage to George Lucas's decision to make Star Wars prequel trilogies in the wake of the original. No, it's not.
No, they're just saying that to try to deflect. Like, if we say it's because of George Lucas, then the fans won't say anything.
Yeah, remember what Disney thought of George Lucas?
Right.
They took his outlines and they threw them in the trash and made up their own
shit. So basically just trying to use George Lucas as a shield. Anyway.
Oh, my God. It wasn't said in the video itself, but this means the new phase is, 50 years after the events of Phase 1, which is set 200 years before the Star Wars prequel.
It's after.
Yeah, it says it will be set. Well, okay, so hold on. Tales told. I am really confused now. We need Marty McFly. So this is really confusing. I'm trying to keep track of the timeline here. I had read other places that it was going to be a prequel to the prequel trilogy. And that is possible, but they said they're not even sure on IO9.
So their big announcement is they're going to do these things set before the High Republic, but they're not sure if it's set before the High Republic. Yeah, it wasn't said in the video itself if this means the new phase is set 50 years after the events of Phase 1, which would be 150 years in the past, right? Which was, it's 200 years. I thought it was 400. It's 200 years. Or if it said 150 years before Phase 1, making it 350 years before the movies. But High Republic writer Daniel Jose Older teased on social media, it is indeed further back into the era's past. So it probably is a prequel to the prequel to the prequel. So, they're going to make this announcement. They don't even make it clear.
Buy it because it has Star Wars on the cover.
I'm very confused.
I don't read any of the High Republic shit. I have no...
We're confused, but it doesn't actually matter because nobody cares. Nobody cares.
This is like the High Republic shit. It comes off like fan fiction.
Yeah,
it does. It's like it's not. I don't think most Star Wars fans consider it canon. A lot of them haven't even read it, have no desire to read it. And when you've got shit like this, Galactic Bake Off Spectacular in Star Wars, hell no.
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares. 5,000 people in how many hours for the anniversary special? Remember when they pitched the High Republic and they said this is going to be the biggest Star Wars announcement like in the history of Star Wars. This is the whole new direction of Star Wars, and people were like, "Oh my God, they're going to do another trilogy. They're going to do something else. They're going to do like a Darth Vader movie. They're going to do something really amazing with Star Wars." And like, it's a transmedia book experience with a whole bunch of diverse Jedi set hundreds of years before the prequels. Isn't that fantastic? And people are like, no.
Yeah, pretty much. Because
no, we don't care.
That's why that's hence the game, and hence why they're tying it to the Star Wars Hotel, and hence why they're probably going to make a TV show, and they're putting some of the movies back in that time period. Because at this point, as just the transmedia experience, nobody cares.
Well, they even said it in the comments. Nobody cares. Kenny and J.J. Abrams don't have a clue about Star Wars. They don't get it, said Marshall Lucas.
I do remember that.
Who actually made the original Star Wars movie work. You know, amazing success. Bwah ha ha ha. Not the only one that's ever been bullied by this company, Gina Carano. Yeah, they're review bombing it. They're comment bombing it. It's going to happen. Everybody is just like not into this. They're not into it, guys. If they were into it, you would probably have 50,000 views in the first hour.
You know what? It could be great. I don't know. I'm not going to say I do because I didn't read the books. And I know I used to read the books and I love the books and I'm not even reading these. It could be really good. What I'm saying is, it doesn't matter how good it is. People don't give a shit about the books and the comic books. Most people, the only way you're going to get their attention is video games, shows, or movies. Otherwise, I mean, this is the same for like the EU that they don't have anymore, what they call Legacy now. It's like the same thing for that. You know, a lot of us read the books and loved the books, but for the grand scheme of things, most people were completely unaware of them. They only knew the movies. And I think that's the same here. It doesn't matter how good they think they are, how clever they are, or any of this shit. It doesn't matter because the mainstream doesn't know anything about it, nor do they care. So they're going to push really hard to make it stick with the mainstream. But I guarantee you it's not going to be these stories.
No, that's exactly it. And it's kind of like, you know, we've seen Disney do this before with Marvel, where they will take the OC characters created by Marvel Comics writers and they'll tweak them for the MCU so they actually work in the MCU, you know, somewhat. I think Kate Bishop was better in the Hawkeye series than she was in the comic books. And I have a feeling that they're going to do the same thing with America Chavez. She's not going to be as insufferable, or she might be worse. Who the hell knows? Captain Marvel, I have no explanation for. They just
I think that had to do more with the person playing the lead than it did about anything else. But they even say here they're going to bring the Acolyte into it. I brought that up to you before we even pulled these articles up. I'm like, we're trying to think what's tied in. I knew the Acolyte was so. It just seems like they're trying really hard to make this High Republic stick, but I think the version we're going to get of the High Republic 5 years from now, because they're not going to let it go. I'm sorry to say, they're not. The version we get 5 years from now might not be the version you're seeing in the books.
Yeah, I think they're definitely going to throw spaghetti against the wall, because they were talking about how, you know, they're going to have new characters and people are going to be upset that their characters and their ships aren't going to get any closure. They're going back in the past or wherever the hell they're going.
So we're just taking everything we did. Whoops, shit. Guess it's not good now. We're going back to the past.
Let's go. Since we already said this is canon and made such a big deal about it, now we got to go back again to the past.
So we're leaving all these ends loose, and we're just going to just drop it like a bad habit and go to another time period.
Somebody needs to go back in time to when Bob Iger was thinking about buying Lucasfilm and smack him upside the head and tell him to stop it.
Or if he's going to do it, listen to George Lucas. You know, I don't know. But this is dumb. But what Disney is getting a headway with right now is The Mandalorian, The Book of Boba Fett, Bad Batch. Those are the things people care about. They aren't caring about the High Republic. I think if you asked any normie what was going on about the High Republic, they'd be like, what the hell's the High Republic?
Yeah, and it's weird because it's like you pay $4 billion for Star Wars. You know, Galaxy's Edge is kind of a dud out of the gate. It would have been a huge hit had it been based on the movies that people were familiar with. And they keep trying to take Star Wars and use the Star Wars brand and apply it to their own fan fiction. And it's like, no, but you bought Star Wars because Darth Vader, Princess Leia, Luke Skywalker, R2-D2. Right. That's what people want.
But I mean, technically it is what people want, but technically they own it so they can do what they want with it. But what I'm saying is they did this backwards because they should have been establishing the High Republic in the games, in a show, in the movies first. And that they wanted to write these side characters in the books and then the comics as a tie-in. They did it backwards. And it's not working. I think that's why they're trying to fix it now.
I think they planned on doing this, but I think they were trying to like rush to market. And
that's what I think was happening.
Yeah, like, oh, okay, books are the quickest thing we can do. So let's put a bunch of books and comic books out there and get that shit out there because it's going to take 5 years for a game and 2 or 3 years for a series and all this other shit.
We can shit out some books pretty damn fast. It's their 1 year anniversary. They have how many books and they're starting phase 2 already?
Yeah, it's a failure.
This is the same people who had the whiteboard with, you know, dinosaurs and diversity over story.
And dinosaurs. That's basically what Dungeons and Dragons has become: diversity and dinosaurs.
Well, now it's diversity and bake-offs.
Bake-offs.
But it's just like, I don't know. I mean, it's not going anywhere. I'm sorry to say we're pointing out that it's not doing great, but they're going to triple, quadruple down on it. And it seems like even like the Star Cruiser, it's not doing well and they're not fixing it. They just don't fix it. There's things they could do to save it. They just like let it die slowly and painfully.
I think they're hoping they're going to find like a Grogu in the High Republic crap. Like
no, there's not enough of an audience to make it popular.
No, it's just this thing's dead on arrival. But like you said, they're not going to let it go. They're going to keep pushing it.
They're going to go with gimmicks like this, thinking it's going to make it stick. But let's be honest here. Most people don't read books and don't read comics anymore.
No.
I mean, and when they were popular, when the books were out before, people did. Now, they don't. They just don't. If it's not like on an app or in a movie or in something they can, games, something they can consume that it interests them, they don't care.
Yeah, and clearly people don't care about this. God, that's pathetic. We're like 3 hours into this and 5,000 views. We'll
probably get more than that in an hour on ours.
We will get more than that in a half an hour on this video. I can almost guarantee it. That's effing pathetic. And Disney, why the hell you're not paying any attention to this? You're supposed to be all about the numbers. You're supposed to be all about the numbers, and the High Republic is like the least popular thing.
Well, it's funny to me because Boba Fett was originally what they wanted to do, and they did the Mandalorian because they decided not to do Boba Fett.
Yeah.
And now, Boba Fett's like taking off right now.
Well, Boba Fett's still, regardless of what you think of the show, we actually haven't watched it yet.
No, I haven't got to. I need to do that, though.
But he's still the most bankable, or one of the most bankable Star Wars characters. Classic trilogy character. And I think Obi-Wan's going to do well,
But I think Obi-Wan's going to do better than Boba Fett. But here's the reason why. Because I'm concerned, because even, people keep saying that he doesn't act like Boba Fett. And that's just it. You have a character as Boba Fett. He needs to be Boba Fett. And I haven't seen it, so I can't say for sure. But that's what I'm hearing.
He's Boba Fett now.
I know, that's mean, because I'm fat. I don't want to say that.
I'm just joking.
But
everybody gets fat when they get old, unless they don't.
Yeah, I'm just like. But I think it's funny though. They showed him escaping, and he's like, they should have put like a different actor and like a body double, like look like him. Now.
Yeah, I did watch a clip of that. I'm like, wait. It's like, did they have like an all-you-can-eat buffet down there, or what?
Maybe he was like, I know he's allergic to something, and he was swollen. He swelled up.
You swelled up?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's what happened.
Maybe the Sarlacc laid its eggs in his stomach.
I don't know, but it's just, something happened. They should have used the body double for that part.
Because laying the eggs in the stomach, that's about as Star Wars as Disney Star Wars, right? Mm-hmm. Across the franchises.
But anymore. That's all. It just means sci-fi, generic sci-fi. All right, are we done?
We are done. We're done. And we're definitely done with the High Republic, but Disney isn't. They never will be. Not until Kathleen Kennedy gets gone, whenever that is. Mm-hmm. She's gonna stay there forever.
But by the trends, Boba Fett, and then the Mandalorian, and then at the very, very bottom is the High Republic.
High Republic. All right, guys. Gonna wrap it up?
Yep.
Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, and we'll talk later.
Bye.